WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I got to say. I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary.
There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas the Intern.
How you guys doing today?
Splendid. And Nick Cataldi.
Yay.
Chomping at the bit to throw the yay out as always. So, how about Battleground?
I thought it was pretty good. Besides the fact that, I know Cena was going to win. I like Cena, but I don't want Cena to have the title anymore at this point.
You're kind of over it, I guess, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, over it.
That's, I think, what the kids are saying these days. I don't know.
Ooh, excellent. As if that was the impression you were going for.
I wasn't really going for an impression. I was just being a tool, like usual. I do it well.
Oh, you don't say.
I do say. In fact, I did say.
Good for you.
All right, you keep working on that. We'll talk about we'll go over the results of Battleground, and then we've got a lot of news to get into, including Daniel Bryan, the crime fighter. Yes, we'll
the Goat Man.
Yes, we'll get into that in a minute. All right, so your pre-show matches, including one that was unadvertised, Adam Rose against Fandango, that went about less than a minute and a half, and was just there to show friction with the ladies and Fandango. Whoop-de-doo.
I thought it was great. Just kidding.
Well, you liked the eye candy.
Oh, yeah, Summer Rae. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh, dear. Settle down. Will you be serious?
Will you stop?
That, too. Cameron pinning Naomi as the Funkadactyls explode at WWE Battleground. If only I had the 80s WWF sex jazz music to go along with it. Yeah, you know how that goes. But yes, Cameron pinned Naomi. That was one of the ones we got right. Also, the Uso brothers beating Luke Harper and Eric Rowan in that 2 out of 3 falls match, one of my favorites, to retain the tag titles.
Oh, hands down, that match stole the show. And it's sad to see that the best match of the night is the opener.
I think, part of it is the Tampa crowd didn't do WWE any favors. They weren't
invested.
They weren't. They kind of, I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe they, I don't know, maybe they had a sunset to get to, or maybe they wanted to get back to the pool after the show. I don't know.
Retirement home.
Really, you're gonna go for the cheap joke like that?
I really just laid down a eating grin at Fearon right now. It was great.
You've been waiting for weeks to use the bleep button.
Yes, I have now. I now have the bleep button.
All right, don't wear it out.
Yeah, I won't. It's gonna be fun though. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna bring a new edge to the show. We're gonna try something new. So, I believe.
I don't think Adam Copeland's coming anywhere near this show.
I wish he would.
Well, speaking of your wishes, AJ Lee pinning Paige to retain the Divas title.
Yeah.
See the segue that I did there? All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you get back to your grin. Rusev beating Jack Swagger, not by submission or pinfall, but by countout. So Rusev not quite crush.
I'd like to see it happen at SummerSlam.
It looks like they're setting up for that.
I really want Swagger to be the one to beat Rusev, though.
Well, what I'd like to see is where WWE goes from here, because they got into a little bit of hot water involving Rusev following the pay-per-view.
Oh, God, what happened?
I'll tell you in a little bit with news and notes. Once we finish the results of Background. Patience, child.
Battleground, you mean?
That too. The background of Battleground. Yes. This is one of those sleep-deprived shows, you can tell. All right. Seth Rollins beating Dean Ambrose by forfeit. Yes, because earlier Rollins had an interview backstage and Ambrose attacked him, and Triple H said he didn't want this ruined, so they had Ambrose thrown out of the building, to which he snuck back in the building, attacked Rollins again, was thrown out a second time, and then somehow ended up waiting in Rollins' trunk to kind of pop out sneakily and thus create yet another fight. Go figure.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt. Jericho got a win.
Surprisingly.
Who'd have thunk it? I think a lot of people were thrown off by it.
I really don't think anyone. Somebody even said that the thing between Jericho and Wyatt, like Wyatt's just sort of dying down a little bit, which is sad.
He's losing his momentum. Is that?
He's losing his momentum. You see, less and less people are like, he's not getting as much of a pop as he did.
Well, again, I think some of that had to go to the Tampa crowd. I mean, they didn't even react when he said, "Tampa, we're here."
We're here. It was just like, oh yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, he's coming right from out of the backwoods and into the arena.
I mean, this is Florida.
Well, I think for the most part, I think they kind of were the ones who initially were indifferent to the gimmick because they thought it was like a Deliverance ripoff.
Could be.
But Bray Wyatt has kind of gone away from that. Speaking of unexpected victories, the Battle Royal. Totally under our radar.
Here's the winner of tonight's Battle Royal and the new Intercontinental Champion, Johnny Cage.
The Miz does look like Johnny Cage with his new Hollywood gimmick, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying.
It's like a hybrid of, I mean, he's trying to do the Hollywood thing like The Rock or like Hulk Hogan.
It's just turning into like a
he's also like pulling elements of the model Rick Martel from back in the day with the whole "don't touch my face" thing.
It's the money maker.
The money maker.
There's no money to be made in that mug.
Well, there might be, but...
Choose your next words carefully, Fearon. We know where this is going.
Well, you know where this is going. I don't even know where this is going. And, of course, in the main event, John Cena beating Kane, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns to retain... we did say that last week, didn't we? To retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So,
and
based on our...
Kyle lost his mind because there was no Dean Ambrose-Seth Rollins match.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were actually very unhappy with that. I know they're setting up the match for SummerSlam.
Oh, it better be at SummerSlam. That's going to, like...
Yeah, I don't know how they can drag this out another few weeks, but they're certainly going to try. So, yeah, I went 6-2 in my predictions. You went 4-4. Still keeping yourself well above 500 at 32-18 for the year. Me, I'm 43-14 because I actually took a stab at a couple of the TNA pay-per-views. What was I thinking?
Yeah. So let's see though. So Bo Dallas, I believe, was in the Battle Royal, right?
Yes, he made it to the Final Four.
Did he win?
He did not. He apparently didn't believe hard enough.
Oh, come on.
Yes, I totally took that from you.
Off.
All right.
Off.
How about the phone? There you go. Okay, Nick's on it. He's doing good things. As opposed to you. Don't want to know where that bleep button's going to go. So, yes, on the heels of Battleground, as opposed to Background, actually, somebody else made a similar flub a few years back. So, we'll talk about that a little bit later with the birthdays. Because one person who did that had a very notable birthday. But yes, mainstream media criticism of Lana following Background. Several mainstream media outlets had offered criticism of Lana's promo from Battleground this past Sunday. Lana stating Russia is being blamed for current events and that the U.S. is warmongering in Iraq and Afghanistan, or also known as Iraq. Yes. Well, many viewers assume that the current events that Lana and WWE was referring to was the Malaysia Airlines MH17 tragedy.
Yeah.
Considering that there's strong debate about whether Russia was involved.
Well, I thought it was confirmed that like they had on the like they recovered the black box or something like that, and it said that like they had heard two Russian officers conversing on like, should we shoot it down, Vlad? Yes, we think we should, Yuri. Okay, get the boom boom, let's go.
Somehow I don't think it translated like that.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah. Because of this, immediately people were thinking that's cheap heat. What are you doing going to that? It's too soon. Things of that nature. So Monday, WWE going into its best and worst damage control, issuing this statement regarding the controversy. Last night's segment during WWE's Battleground event was in no way referring to the Malaysia Airlines tragedy. The storyline with characters Rusev and Lana have been a part of WWE programming for more than 3 months. WWE apologizes to anyone who misunderstood last night's segment and was offended.
We apologize for you being wrong, basically is what they're saying, right?
No, I think they're actually more going with the Shaggy defense. Wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's like, but you said current events, and you were talking about the Russia thing. Wasn't us. We didn't bring up MH17. We never said Malaysia Airlines.
Or it could have been the Snitsky one, not my fault.
I guess. I don't know.
It was a poorly timed reference, my bad.
Yes, it was. All right, and I guess, I don't know, we'll get into this now, and then we'll take care of some business. So Daniel Bryan, crime fighter.
The GOAT man strikes again.
Yes, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella returned to their home in the Phoenix area on Thursday and found that 2 men had broken in. The suspects dropped the items they were attempting to steal and fled, but Bryan caught one of the suspects, Cesar Sosa, and detained him with a rear-naked chokehold for 5 minutes until police arrived. The other suspect ran off. Bryan telling the CBS affiliate in Phoenix, quote, I put him in a rear-naked choke, but not too hard. I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted to make sure he was subdued until police could come. Yeah. This is the greatest. The fun answer would be that I put him in the yes lock and he was tapping on the ground, but that's not actually what happened.
It was also the fact that if you watch the whole thing, he didn't want this to be about the fact that, Daniel Bryan, WWE superstar, he kicked somebody's butt. He just wants it to be the fact that it was the neighbors around his house. They had been away. The neighbors had reported suspicious activity to the police, and he was saying said this whole thing about like how the community that he's in right now, like the whole neighborhood sort of gets together, and they're like their whole sort of like a family, I guess you could say. Like they're offering like, like they're all on the email list and let people know like what's going on in the neighborhood. And he doesn't want it to be about, oh yeah, WWE superstar chokes out a guy. He wants it to be the fact that there was a community that stepped up for.
So a neighborhood watch on Hulk Hogan vitamins.
No.
No. Well, I didn't want to go the immediate steroid route, so I was trying to go in a different direction. But it's the fact that
it's like the community stepped up and helped a neighbor that was obviously in trouble, which is what you don't see that a lot these days, because a lot of people will just be like, oh, I think somebody else is going to call the police. Let's
leave it to somebody else.
Yeah,
it's somebody else's problem.
Somebody else is going to call the police.
So Sosa, meanwhile, the person who got choked out by Bryan, was charged with burglary and had a felony warrant for his arrest on kidnapping and burglary charges. Way to be. Yes.
Bryan, and it was also the fact that they were concerned for their dog, and Daniel Bryan like went crazy and just, well, not crazy, but like he sprinted after them because
they ran like 400 meters, and then the guy, the alleged thief was or burglar was tired, and that's what allowed Bryan to put the rear naked choke on him. Bryan actually adding, quote, they're actually lucky I got them instead of Brie, because she probably would have been a little more violent.
Yeah, probably. You don't mess with a girl's dog. You do not.
Is this experience talking in your case?
No. Well, my brother's girlfriend has a dog, and she's extremely protective. So, you understand.
Accurate.
Well, it's like, even with, like, if somebody tried to take my cats, I'd Superman punch the taste out of their mouth. It's like, they're your pets. They may just be animals to somebody else, but they're a part of your family. It's like, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say they're my kids. I mean, say what you want. That's just not my style of what I like. They're my pets. I love them to death. I wouldn't say like it's not like I'd be grounding them for pooping on the carpet.
Lucas the Intern, animal rights activist.
Please don't.
I already did. And I'm sure I'll get heat for it. We'll take care of some business. We'll come back. We've got Eric from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. We'll get to him on the other side, as well as looks like Newman from Croydon. Hang on. We'll get to you on the other side of this quick timeout. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. I actually got a little bit of sleep this morning, so that usually goes a long way into the quality and delivery of the show.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
If I'm running on no sleep, you can expect a train wreck. If I get a couple of hours, it might actually be a decent show, just slightly above a train wreck. And this one, well, I'm sure JR would be calling it some sort of a train wreck out off of I-95 or something like that, or a car wreck off of I-95. Or he's not calling much of anything anymore, but we'll get into that in a little bit. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside Lucas the Intern and Nick Cataldi, turning the dials, pushing the buttons, doing the things. As the late great
show running,
doing the things, as the late great Macho Man Randy Savage said on a few occasions. And one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to get to the phones. We're going to get to Eric calling from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Eric, what's going on?
Hey, Fearon, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Got out calling to talk about my Minnesota native wrestler Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Here we go. We've got the home state pride going on here.
I like where this is going.
I just want to get both your guys' thoughts about Brock Lesnar hopefully defeating John Cena at SummerSlam for the WWE title.
Well, I'm here's where I'm kind of torn. I'd be kind of shocked to see it just because as the champion, you're expected to make more appearances, and Brock has made it perfectly clear that he doesn't want a lengthy travel schedule. That was what caused him to leave WWE back in 2004. So to see him come back to that and be the champion, even for, I mean, if it's maybe for a month, but then he'd, lose it at Night of Champions in September?
That is if Bryan's recovered enough. I'm hoping that.
Well, presuming that they lead to that point. But, I mean, if they're going to go with an underdog, giant bully, Lesnar, Daniel Bryan matchup, let's say Bryan isn't cleared to come back until the Royal Rumble. Are they going to keep, is Lesnar going to keep the title for 5 months leading up to that?
That would be great, though, to see Paul Heyman running with that sort of thing, where he's
making the appearances for Lesnar and speaking on his behalf each week. Like my client who ended the Undertaker streak will not be performing for you tonight. Maybe you think he goes that route?
No, but I'm saying, like, with Lesnar with the titles, you can expect the best out of Paul Heyman with those It's going to be... I love Paul Heyman. He is one of my favorite managers. Like, I wouldn't say... I don't want to go as far as to saying, like, he is the Bobby the Brain of our generation, but I could say he's coming close to it, where he's just, like, the ultimate heel manager.
Oh, he is, and he can be funny while still getting booed, and that's certainly what makes a great manager. One of many qualities.
Eric, I would love to see Lesnar beat Cena at SummerSlam. I know I say it a lot. I'm a huge Cena fan, but at this point, I don't think, like, yes, give Cena the titles once, but I don't want it to be like a huge long title reign. I want to see Lesnar have the titles. I don't want Cena to be champion. I like him. I just don't want him to have the titles anymore. I want him to start putting people over.
I know, Fearon, you did mention earlier how, the champ won't be on TV every week. Hulk Hogan never wasn't on TV that often when he was champ back in the 80s. Granted, I know times are different now, but I feel like with, like what you said, Lucas, if Heyman is on Raw every week, or even if they do pre-tape segments with Brock, he can make an appearance to almost every Raw. And like you, Lucas, I'm tired of seeing Cena's champ. This is his 15th world title. Like, it would be nice to have somebody who hasn't held the title as often hold the title.
Well, I mean, I do like Cena, though, but it's just I want to see him start putting guys over. Because, like, you know, you can still be the man, but I want you to start, like, losing. I want to see Super Cena sort of get some kryptonite.
So you would like to see Cena pull a Chris Jericho then?
I wouldn't say, like, go away, but, like, for, like, 6 months or something. But, like, definitely, like, start putting guys over, start losing a couple matches, give some guys the push. Like, what he did with Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam I thought was perfect.
Do you feel like Bray Wyatt was put over by John Cena during their feud?
Once he lost, Wyatt completely lost. Once Wyatt lost it, Payback, he lost momentum completely. Super Cena struck again. Because
Do you feel like Jericho would be able to beat up Bray Wyatt once again?
I really think that I really don't know, to be honest. Because with Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho, I don't know what they're trying to do with this angle. Chris Jericho has always been the guy to even with Fandango to put guys over. He lost to Fandango at SummerSlam. Jericho should be another one that's like starting to lose matches to put people over.
Well, Jericho's been losing a lot of matches off front since he's been back and forth since 2005.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, I'd like to see Cena start doing that. And it's sad.
I like to see Cena be gone forever, but that's just me, though.
Well, yeah, that's just you. Well,
I was gonna say, I think it's more than just Eric on that one. In fact, our newly found friends over at OSW Review, they actually just put out a recent video podcast looking at the 10 reasons to love and 10 reasons to hate John Cena. It's worth a look. It's only about 12 minutes.
I'd like to see that.
Good for the attention deficit disorder types who can't stick with something for much longer than that.
Squirrel. Hi.
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm back. Here we go.
Yeah, that's accurate.
That's all I have, so I'll let you guys go. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, no problem, Eric. Appreciate the call, and look forward to working with you a little bit later. Eric himself has an audio podcast, and he's invited us to have a little chat after the show here. So we'll get more information on that, put it up on the WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly Facebook fan page, and it'll be fun times. At least I hope so.
Definitely. I'll talk to you guys here soon then.
All right. Sounds like a plan, Eric. Thanks so much for the call. Greatly appreciate it. Let's keep on rolling through. Let's get to Newman, who's been hanging on for a while. Newman, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Hey, fellas. How you doing? Enjoying the show?
What's going on?
Yeah, I have kind of an obscure question. There's this I used to always go to the wrestling shows and ECW ones. You know, they used to be like I saw them at like Sammy High School once. And
yeah, oh gosh, yeah, that's going back a little ways.
Yeah, but there was this wrestler, and I looked on the internet, and I couldn't find anything about him. His name was Mad Cow, and the whole crowd would go meow 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 Mad Cow.
Man, that one's even kind of blowing me as far as obscurity. That doesn't even ring a remote bell. I mean, I don't know if he got any kind of TV time and was just part of the house show circuit. And as a kid, I only went to one house show, and that was back at the old. This again showing my age and the timing a little bit. The old Boomerang nightclub over in Ben Salem.
Oh yeah, I was there a couple times.
Yeah, that was the only house show, but I don't remember anything of that nature.
Yeah, it was like going meow meow. It was just I looked on the internet, nothing I ever saw came up about it. Like you think on the internet would have something about it.
Maybe they're memories that some people want to I guess suppress, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Glad to help.
So why don't we get on to some news here, guys? So let's talk a bit. Comic-Con started a couple of days ago, so they definitely had a great panel with Hulk Hogan, Paul Heyman, Sting, and Daniel Bryan, and Bryan made an announcement at Comic-Con, and so Daniel Bryan and St. Martin's Press are going to. Well, they announced Thursday at San Diego Comic-Con International that Bryan will be writing an autobiography to be published in the spring of 2015. I'm excited. I'm an avid reader. I definitely can't wait to see what this book has in store. Tentatively titled Yes, the book reads everyone's favorite underdog. He's proven to the world and all of WWE that looks can be deceiving, is the behind-the-scenes story told for the first time ever. From his beginnings as a child wanting to wrestle to his 10 years on the circuit before finally making it in WWE.
So Brian's writing himself a book. Wonder if there's going to be anything about choking out the the burglar in there.
I don't know. But also at Comic-Con, Sting, as I mentioned earlier, Sting made a surprise appearance at Comic-Con, and he made an unadvertised appearance at the WWE and Mattel panel at the San Diego Comic-Con this past Thursday. WWE issued multiple photos of online of Sting's appearance on stage with Daniel Bryan, Hulk Hogan, and Paul Heyman.
That's a fearsome foursome right there. Sting, Hulk Hogan, Daniel Bryan, and Paul Heyman.
There's a photo I saw. It was like the ECW guy, the WCW guy, the Ring of Honor guy, and it was like I forget what the other one was, but it was like they were calling like Daniel Bryan. They basically didn't want to recognize. It was just something I got a laugh out of for some reason.
One of your numerous memes that you get a kick out of.
Why don't you give us some news on Punk? I don't feel like covering it this week.
Oh, you don't? You're
though I will have
you're
something.
Punked out.
I will have to say something about this though.
Well, we'll get into Punk in a little bit. I mentioned earlier JR, because talking about a car wreck on I-95. Yeah, he officially ends his WWE career. At least he did this past week. His working relationship with WWE officially ended this week. He tweeted out, Thursday is my last legal day with WWE. It was a great 21-year run. Best business decision ever was coming to WWE in '93. Grateful to all involved. So even though he was let go, or I guess retired last summer following the SummerSlam
panel.
SummerSlam panel with Ric Flair. He, I don't know, Flair told some stories that WWE corporate, I guess, didn't want to be told, even mentioning the passing of his son Reed, which
and
I guess
how seen as a hardcore drinker.
Some inside stories that people, WWE higher-ups didn't exactly want to be known. I guess maybe they figured if the only way to spin that would be as if he meant milk. Yeah, he can go whole or 2%, 1%, skim.
Oh, you can drink orange juice, grapefruit juice, pineapple juice,
I was going to say, is there anything I'm missing there? Lemonade?
Lemonade, pink lemonade, Powerade, Gatorade, limeade, He doesn't like that tequila. No, stay away from the tequila, kids, Yeah.
There you go. I see. Limeade, tequila. Okay. How do you know these pairings? You read a lot. That's right.
Yeah. I'm an avid reader.
You're an avid reader.
So, let's get to CM Punk. I don't even know what I was going to say.
I don't know either, but yes, Punk giving a tongue-in-cheek statement on WWE return. He was interviewed this past Monday at the AP Music Awards in Cleveland and asked whether he would return to the squared circle, and his response, no, never, ever, never, ever, ever. That's a direct quote. He followed that up by saying they're going to go crazy about that on Twitter. They're going to, hold me to it, and they're going to, whatever. He also, in the interview, showed off his wedding ring. Yes, that was a very mocking face that you just made.
Okay, because
we get it. AJ's off the market now.
No,
so
what irked me about seeing the video and stuff, I watched it on YouTube, and I thought, he's trolling the internet fans, and that's why I love Punk. And
but as an internet fan, you hate being trolled.
No, I'm not really an internet. I read articles, but it's not like I'm going to hold people against it. Because really the only news I get is on the longest-running pro radio wrestling station. I don't even remember the bit. You say it so much, I should be remembering it, But people were saying, oh, that means he's going to return at SummerSlam, blah, blah, blah. He's not, bottom line, he's not coming back. I'm tired of people saying, and, he's not going to come back for a while. I don't even think he'll come back ever. And you know what? I'm completely fine with it. It's his decision. I can't judge somebody for. I don't know what went on in that room the night that he walked out, between him, Triple H, and Vince McMahon. You know what? Who cares? At this point, it's just everybody get over it. I'm gonna continue liking Punk. I wish he would come back, but you know what? You have to respect the guy's decision. And that's
Well said.
And it's like, and people were even saying like, oh, he'll probably come back and do like a Brock Lesnar thing. That's the thing he hates to do. He slagged on The Rock. He slagged on Lesnar for doing something similar, doing something like if anything, he would do like a Chris Jericho and just come back for like 6 months, maybe like do it.
That's part of why Jericho can still go at 43.
Yeah, I'm very hot and cold with CM Punk, but I think I made my final, like, I don't know what went on between him and Vince McMahon and Triple H. I don't know what's going on in his life right now. Who knows? You can't judge the guy. Okay.
Yeah, hot and cold would be an understatement. You've been back and forth more than a wound-up pendulum.
Yeah. So, here, Fearon, would you like to tell us what's going on at George's Cards and Collectibles?
When did you take over, like, the whole pacing of the show?
It's the fact that, 12:38, we're already halfway through the show. We haven't plugged George's yet, and we have to, because he's a good friend of ours.
I'm well aware of that. I was going to... Why are you taking my show away from me?
I'm not. I'm actually not talking as much.
You're doing more facilitating, though. I've noticed
I'm trying to be a better intern instead of just sitting here on my iPod and just, like, making comments and stuff. I'm trying to
pushing the bleep button.
Yeah. You know what? Off. Okay, just stop it.
Enough with that.
Okay.
You've already overutilized it. You've used it like 6 or 7 times in 30 minutes.
From now on, I can only use the bleep button 3 times per show. Deal?
We're gonna negotiate that later. I got to talk about George's Cards and Collectibles since you're Mr. Facilitator here. Coming up, about 4 weeks from now, Crime Time, JTG and Shad Gaspard. Will they be at George's at the Neshaminy Mall Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can check out George's 3 locations for all of your sports and wrestling memorabilia needs, including their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, in the Oxford Valley Mall in the Sears Court on the lower level, and their newest location in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing.
I've been to the Neshaminy Mall. I've been to all 3, and they're all very impressive. They got a great selection. Like, I see why he had to open 3 stores. He's got a lot of memorabilia. A lot.
Yes, he does. And for more information on the upcoming Crime Time appearance, you can give George's a call at 215-943-2475, or you can visit them on the web at georgescollectibles.com. All right, what do we want to do? I think we should probably take care of our last little bit of business here, and then we'll get to Ed, who's been hanging on the lines, and we'll get him on the other side. We'll square that away. We'll look at some Facebook feedback, which is coming in fairly rampantly as well. A lot of stuff going on and no time to do it. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, July 26. On this date in 1998, the World Wrestling Federation held its fully loaded pay-per-view. In the main event, Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker defeated Kane and Mankind to win the WWF Tag Team Championship. On this date in 1999, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Memphis, Tennessee. In the main event, Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious defeated Hulk Hogan and Sting in a tag team match. On this date in 2004, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In the main event, Chris Benoit defeated Triple H 4 falls to 3 in a 60-minute Iron Man match. On this date in 2009, WWE held its Night of Champions pay-per-view. In the main event, Jeff Hardy pinned CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, July 26. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here alongside Nick Cataldi.
Hey.
Pushing the buttons, turning the dials, keeping us on the air. And Lucas, I think he went to go grab some water or something.
And 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah, maybe that too.
3 hard-boiled eggs. Okay.
Or some other huevos or something. All right, let's get back to the phones before I cause more trouble. Let's get to Ed, who's been hanging on. Ed, what's going on?
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah, well, it's coming up in a few days here, but yes, I appreciate the preliminary wishes. Loyal, long-time memories of fans here. What's going on, Ed?
PWS is coming September 20th to Rahway. Rick Steamboat, Bobby Lashley, Brodus Clay, and Jimmy Snuka.
There we go. So, chance to see Brodus in case you missed him at George's Cards and Collectibles not too long ago.
Yeah, and they have Harlem Heat coming up at PWS in the next month.
Oh, wow. Reunion of Booker T and Stevie Ray.
Yes. And
no word on if they're coming for Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know how that went.
We coming for you, Canadian.
Hulk Hogan wasn't Canadian.
ROH is in Northeast Philadelphia, August 9th at the National Guard Armory.
Oh, that's right. It's coming up in a couple weeks. 2 weeks from tonight is, Ring of Honor coming to Philly.
Oh, I really want to go see a Ring of Honor show.
Manhattan Center, like in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see if we can make that happen, Lucas. That's right. You've been to a few different things. I don't even know if I've been to a Ring of Honor show yet. I'll have to. That's one of those things I'll have to fix.
I want to see Matt Hardy and AJ Styles. Basically,
That's about it.
All right. Always appreciate the look at the local scene. Thanks so much for the call, Ed. Appreciate it as always. Let's go ahead and we'll get Steve out of the way. We'll clear the lines here. Steve, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Hey, how you doing, man? This is Steve from Croydon. Sweaty Steve, my friends call me. Now I have a couple of points here. That guy that just called a little while ago about that mad cow guy, meow meow, whatever he was doing. He is a baseball ref. He's an umpire for baseball for the North Jersey Terrapins. That's what he's doing now.
Huh? How about that?
I'm a shortstop. He does something with that league up there. I have no idea what he does. Now, the second point is you brought up Triple H, McMahon, and CM Punk were in that back room before CM Punk quit. They were probably playing tummy sticks. If that was my guess, that's what happened there.
Okay.
That's number 2. Now, number 3, George does all these cool shows, Collectible Guy. What happened to New Falls Road? He sends no one there anymore.
Well, I mean, that store's been around. He's trying to promote and make people aware of the newer locations. That's why he's had appearances at the Oxford Valley Mall location and now the Neshaminy Mall location, just to kind of spread it around, make more people aware that there's not just the one original location, but there are 3.
Might I also
he brings those hockey guys over there for some reason. No one likes hockey.
Well, I don't know.
Might I add, though, that the fact that people, with a lot of people, you can fit a lot of people into the mall outside of the store. And spacing issue. I know I've been to a few of those over at New Falls where you've got people lined halfway down past the pizza place and around the bar that's at the end there. So
they got good pizza there. My buddy Elvis works there. It's Bangin' Pizza. They call it Boss Man for short. But, Bangin' Pizza, let me tell you.
Yeah, I've had a slice or two there. It's not bad. Good. Very good.
What's the car? All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I'm back.
Oh, nope.
Now, I had one more point. And that Newman from Croydon, he's giving people from Croydon a bad name, man. I don't know who I'm following, but, man, you had me. I'm calling earlier next week so I can be the leadoff guy since I'm pretty good at what I do. And your producer, he's growing some fuzz down there. He's trying to take over your show, so be careful.
What a producer? What's wrong with Nick?
The guy talking back there, yeah. He's trying to overrun you. You're going to turn around and have a knife in your back if you're looking for a job.
I don't know.
That's radio.
I'm telling you.
Sounds like radio to me. I don't know. Ain't the place I've worked.
Yeah, I think I picked that up over the last 6 years.
Yeah, you didn't add nothing there.
Shout out to my North Jersey Terrapin brother. Meow, 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 mad cow.
What the heck?
I think I know who's bucking for the job.
Yeah, and with that he disappeared.
Yeah. He took
what the hell is going on around here?
That one.
Well, that was That was a colorful character, don't you think?
Yeah.
Better watch out.
If there were any more color, I think my hair would be about as red as Flair's.
I got that.
I don't know where the heck to go after that.
Well,
let's go to some news and
so we have
notes.
a WWE stock update.
Oh gosh, yeah. I guess we'll talk a little bit about the stock because next week that'll actually be very interesting. Yeah, it slipped a little bit this week, falling 16 cents a share over the week, going to $12.39 per share, which is still not bad considering where it fell from. But this Thursday, that's going to be the, I guess, key date to kind of take a look at as Vince McMahon and WWE Chief Financial Officer George Barrios will hold their quarterly conference call, along with revealing updated numbers on the WWE Network subscribers. And it looks like WWE is already continuing a noted push regarding the network, as just before we got on the air here about an hour ago, I got an email from WWE regarding the network. And it gives you information which I pretty much already know from having had it, but of note at the bottom of the email, it says subscription renewal. Your 6-month subscription to WWE Network will end within the next 30 days. As explained in the terms of use, when you subscribe to the network, your subscription will automatically renew every 6 months. No action is required to continue your subscription. If you do not wish to continue, please log into your account and update your automatic renewal preferences before your current subscription expires. Wonder how many people are going to do that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the network. Well, the network's great, actually.
Well, I don't know. I mean, but here's the thing. Are people so, I guess, dissatisfied with the product overall that now that they've seen it for 6 months, they've seen and been exposed to some of, of what the network has, which obviously isn't everything. They haven't opened up the whole library yet, but is it enough, along with the streaming pay-per-views, to keep people interested, or are people going, you know what, I had my fill. I saw a couple of back episodes of Clash of the Champions or Saturday Night Main Event, or, saw some of the old pay-per-views, but I really don't like the current product, don't really feel the need to spend the $10 a month, and I'm not going to renew. Is that part of what this push is, not only getting new subscribers, but trying to get as much subscriber retention as possible?
I really don't. With me, it's as a young wrestling fan that wants to learn more. I think it's great, and for even older wrestling fans, I want to relive it. Even if you don't, there's always going to be stuff that you're going to want to. It doesn't matter how many times you watch it. You're always going to probably want to watch something again that you haven't seen in a while.
Like stuff from '97.
Yeah, all goes back to '97.
Yes,
I found myself. I haven't done it yet, but I actually want to watch WrestleMania 30 again, because
stuff you might have missed from the initial, I guess, grandeur of the evening.
Even that, it's just the fact that you always want to go back and watch those matches, and no matter how many times you watch some of these matches, it just never gets old. I feel like
Savage and Warrior from WrestleMania 7.
Or Owen Brett, WrestleMania 10.
Another very good one. There's a lot of different possibilities. But here's, I was going to say, we mentioned the stock a little bit ago. This, we'll see whether it's a big deal or not, or if it's just much ado about nothing. But a law firm announcing a class action lawsuit against WWE.
Oh, no.
That's right. Robbins Arroyo LLP, a California-based law firm, announced yesterday that it filed a class action lawsuit against WWE in the United States District Court for the District of Connecticut. The law firm says it is representing, quote, all persons who purchased WWE securities between October 31st, 2013 and May 16th, 2014. The firm alleges that WWE and certain officers and directors violated Securities and Exchange Commission rules. The complaint based on the alleged false and misleading statements concerning the company's ability to double the value of its U.S. television license agreement. It almost seems like they're creating a lawsuit because WWE didn't meet its projections, or it thought it didn't predict what was going to happen correctly. That'd be like me suing a casino because I put my money on 8 and a 7 came up.
Yeah.
Try it. See what happens.
I don't think it. Well, there are probably some lawyers who would try to take it, but I don't think any court would necessarily take it. That's also why I don't play craps anymore.
Yeah.
I don't play that crap either. I mean, I'm sorry.
I see
I
what
just
you
don't
did there.
like dealing with crap.
Yeah, that too. I just send.
Wow, that was a Vince McMahon poop joke.
I send Atlantic City money every month.
Nah.
Sure I do. I just figured I'd going to lose it anyway, so to save myself the trip of going down there.
There you go.
Send some money.
Well, we have parks not too far from here, but then you got to
them
cross
next.
the bridge. Yeah, them next. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah.
For good reason.
I've never been there to gamble. I don't gamble. Not really. I mean, I quit a lot.
I mean, I've always wanted to try blackjack, but that's just me. I've never been a big card person except when we're playing a war.
I lost a lot of money betting on the WWF many years ago, when wrestling was real, back in the 60s and 70s.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Well, yeah, back when it was real.
Oh, gosh. All right. Here's something we didn't talk about. If you missed this past Saturday's Monster Factory show, boy, did you miss a lot.
Oh, it was
all three titles changed hands on the same night as Factory's finest, Mike Spanos and Clutch Adams, defeated AC Rock to become the new tag champions. Good News Hughes pinned Major McClendon to win the Supersonic Championship. And Luis the Punisher Martinez defeated Brutal Joe Gibson to become the new Monster Factory heavyweight champion.
I'd just like to send a shout-out to Mark Cruz, though. Congratulations on your bringing the newest child in the world. Congratulations to you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. From AC Rock, the proud papa now.
Introducing the
9 months ago, he was certainly doing some muscling and shuffling, that's for sure.
Oh, my.
Yes. Can I get back to the Monster Factory talking about that? Thank you.
I'm sorry. It was just a quick
I know. Quick aside. It's tangents. It's what happens. More than any... Oh, gosh. Not calculus. More than any trigonometry class. It's been a while since I've had that. But, yes, the Monster Factory's next show, August 16th. That's in 3 weeks. And 4 matches have already been announced, including 3 that were announced to us the night after their show, as we got anybody who bought a ticket to their show last Saturday got the chance to see Battleground for free the next night with some of the Monster Factory wrestlers.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
So did I. It was very fun.
But yes, here are the matches so far announced. Former tag team champion Broly of the Legion of Anarchy faces Major McClendon.
Yeah.
Good News Hughes defends the Supersonic Championship against number 1 contender Francis Kip Stevens.
One tough nerd.
Straight out of Compton. Luis the Punisher Martinez defends his newly won heavyweight championship against Ring of Honor star Benchmark Bill Daly.
Oh, Daly's going down.
And newcomer to the factory Billy Damiana challenges Rhett Titus.
Oh,
your boy. No, not your boy.
No, not my
even
boy.
close.
Not my boy. I'm rooting for Damiano on this one.
And as if, well, I just like him because his face looks a lot like Owen Hart.
You know how much, I don't think.
He's like Owen Hart
with tat.
Tatted up, yeah.
Yeah. A lot more bulky. I mean, like a lot more built.
Yeah, he's a little smaller, but a lot more built. It's like he's got Taz's build and Owen Hart's face.
And he's also like, he's got like a bit of like an edge, like a crazy edge to him. And I like it. Just that like sort of like he walked to the
He's
ring.
like you with long blonde hair and muscles.
Yeah.
As
you
if
had
all
to bring
that
it up. You had to bring it up. Okay?
As if all that wasn't enough. If you go to the Monster Factory Saturday, August 16th at 7, and you bring your ticket stub back the next night, you can watch WWE SummerSlam for free with some of your favorite Monster Factory wrestlers. More information available at monsterfactory.org. Check it out. This looks like such a good show. I'm actually postponing my vacation to be able to go. Yeah.
We only have one match announced so far for SummerSlam, though.
This is true.
Speaking
But
of
there's
which,
time.
Why don't we go to that? Why don't we talk some Cena Lesnar again?
Well, we only have like a minute and change, and we still have birthdays to get into.
Oh, never mind. Go to the birthdays.
All right. From 1956, former NWA heavyweight champion, WCW six-man tag team champion, and head of ECW's FBI, the full-blooded Italians, Tommy Rich turns 58 today.
Good for him.
Also from 1983, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Roderick Strong turns 31 today. And I had to kind of stretch a little bit for this one. From 1965, Jeremy Piven, the actor known best as Ari Gold in TV's Entourage and former guest host of Monday Night Raw, who infamously referred to SummerSlam as Summerfest when guest hosting almost 5 years ago, turns 49 today. You don't remember him calling it Summerfest?
Really? Jeremy Piven? Really? Really? Really?
Yes, Miz, really.
No, it's
Hit you
Johnny
in the
Cage
face.
now. It's Johnny Cage. You don't call me Miz.
Certainly not awesome, that's for sure.
Yeah. Neither is Miz.
Neither was Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage was all right. I mean,
I was more of a Sub-Zero guy, or Scorpion.
I was more like a Liu Kang. Maybe even a...
We're going to end the show on a Mortal Kombat discussion.
Oh, yeah, they're coming out with a new video game, Mortal Kombat X. It looks good. It looks great.
I haven't played Mortal Kombat since the Sega Genesis
You know what
days.
the funny thing is? I think AJ Lee actually, for one time, she wrestled as Kitana from Mortal Kombat.
If it wasn't there, I'm lost after the original 7. And Goro, who always kicked the crap out of me.
We need to get you back into video games.
Oh, goodness. I need to get me some sleep. I'm going to do that. Nick Cataldi's got country next.
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. We get to go talk main event, the main event status podcast. That's coming up with Eric from the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. But that's all off air. You can check that out. We'll talk more about that later. For now, Nick Cataldi with country music.
Hey.
This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
1490 WBCB, Levittown, Fairless Hills, Trenton.